Hey guys! So for those of you that follow me on Facebook and Instagram, you know that I finally did the Keto ReBOOT. I started it on Sunday, May 13th at 9 o'clock at night, so it was Mother's Day night, and I finished it at 9 in the morning on Wednesday. So the purpose of doing this is to basically reboot your body back to its native state within the 60 hours. So essentially what you're doing is it's like pressing a reset button on your metabolism. So doing this allows your body to use fat as its energy source while you're shifting into keto adaptation. So some of the biggest reasons for doing this is to control your cravings, protect your lean muscle mass, get rid of some of that stored fat, and also get some maximum energy out of it. For me, the biggest reason why I wanted to do it is because I wanted to be able to have more control over my mind and my relationship with food. So if you guys haven't watched my videos previously, I have been on ketones for a year as of tomorrow, May 18th, so I'm super excited about that. But I had a pretty interesting relationship with food and controlling my cravings and not being able to basically control my body and what was going on. So over the last basically year, I've gotten way better at that because I don't have the cravings that I did, but I still sometimes will get the same thoughts that even though I'm not craving like certain foods, I'm like, my body is like telling me that I should have them, if that makes any sense. So I just wanted to have more control back over my mind. So what you get is this cute little Keto ReBOOT kit, and basically what you're doing is you're going to be removing all of the nutritious energy that you would get from food sources for 60 hours, and you're going to replace it with ketones and ketone energy. So within this kit, you receive 3 packets of the Keto Calm, 4 packets of Better Broth, 4 packets of Keto Max, and 10 capsules of the Signal OS. So the Signal OS just comes in this cute little blue shiny packaging, and it's for DNA repair, optimizing human performance, energy, cognition, and longevity. It doesn't have any caffeine in it, and it doesn't have any gluten. So this has actually been proven in medical journals to repair your DNA so that your mind has a good communication with your body. It's also really good for inflammation and sleep. The Keto Calm comes in 2 caramel apple packets and a chocolate packet. So this is what you're going to take before bedtime. So basically throughout the day you're using up all of your energy. So this basically gets you a more quality, deeper sleep. And while you're in ketosis, you don't need as much sleep as you would when you're on glucose. So you may find that you're waking up a little bit earlier than you typically would. So then you get the 4 packets of the Keto Max. Currently the flavor that comes in the kit is the raspberry lemonade, but if you have other flavors, of course you can swap that out as well. You get 2 packets of the caffeine free and 2 of the caffeinated, which is the charged. This does contain the BHB salts, which contains our patent and is proven to be the only BHB salt on the market that directly mimics the BHB within the body. And of course, these are gluten-free, dairy-free, and vegan and kosher certified. So then you get 4 packets of the Better Broth, which is bone broth. You get 2 of the salted caramel and 2 of the keto thyme. This is for skin, muscle, joints, and detoxification. So basically this is going to be like your lunch and dinner while you're doing the Keto ReBOOT. Some things to keep in mind whenever you're doing the ReBOOT is that you want to make sure that you are drinking a ton of water, and if you notice that you're getting a little dehydrated, a little crampy, make sure that you're using the pink Himalayan salt as well. For most people, the hardest part is they say it's like the mental part of it, but for me it really wasn't hard at all. So from my experience, I actually recorded little like live vlogs while I was doing the ReBOOT, but I can't figure out how to get them off of my phone onto my computer. So if you're seeing this part of the video, it's because I couldn't figure out how to do it. But like I mentioned, I started the ReBOOT on Sunday, Mother's Day, 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock, there is a live in our little private Facebook community. One of the certified Keto ReBOOT coaches is on there, and he's basically cheering you on, welcoming you in. Here's what to expect. Here's, what to do over the next 24 hours. The first thing that you do is you start with your Keto Calm tea. I have the caramel apple at first. I just put hot water in it, put the Keto Calm tea and stirred it up. I hate tea and I hate caramel, so I did not think I was going to like it, and to be honest, I didn't. I did the best that I could, but I probably drank about half of it before I just couldn't drink anymore. So after that, you take 2 of the Signal OS capsules, and then basically you have to be in bed by 11 o'clock. So whenever you take the Keto Calm tea, you want to be hitting the pillow within 30 minutes after that. So I woke up Monday morning and I had Maui Punch, which really brought back some big memories because it's the first flavor that I've ever tried, and I'm so used to mixing flavors now that I haven't had just Maui in such a long time. So it was really kind of neat to kind of, you know, bring back those memories. So I had that in the morning, and then I had my 2 capsules of the Signal OS. I slept really good the first night. I didn't have any problems. Typically, I'm a very good sleeper in general, so I kind of expected that I would have pretty good sleep. Well, after that, I went to work, and then around lunchtime, I had my first better broth. I had the Keto Dime first because I figured that I would probably like that one much more because, like I mentioned, I don't like caramel. So I had that. Basically just put it in a little bowl, put some hot water in there, microwaved it, put some of the powder in, and it was actually really good. I don't think I've ever eaten broth in my entire life, but I actually really did like that. So I was kind of pleasantly surprised by that because I'm super picky. So after that, I didn't notice anything really major, you know, symptom-wise. The only thing I noticed that morning was that my foot was getting a little crampy. It was like not super bad, it was just something I noticed for like maybe a couple minutes and then it went away. So I just made sure that I was keeping up on my water so that way I wasn't getting the cramping. And I did forget to bring the pink Himalayan salt, or else I would have just had some of that. That night, I came home and I had another packet of ketones for dinner, and then I also had 2 capsules of Signal OS, and I also had my better broth again. So that night I had the chocolate Keto Calm tea, which was actually really good. It tasted just like basically hot chocolate. So I was very pleasantly surprised with that. Again, the first day I had 0 issues at all. I didn't feel hungry, I wasn't tired. I just felt super like laser alert. Like nothing was foggy to me, like nothing was like in slow motion. It was just like, if you know what I'm saying, like that kind of feeling. I was just like super like awake and alert and like ready to go. I was like friendly, I wasn't grumpy at all. I was very energetic. I felt really good. So I go to bed Monday night. Tuesday morning I wake up. Same process, start with my Keto Max. I went back to mixing flavors. I typically mix the raspberry lemonade and the Maui Punch a lot, so that is what I did. That morning I was still fine. I was peeing a lot the first day, like after every other patient. I'm a dental hygienist, so that's like every 80 minutes. But other than that, it was fine. I was still pretty regular in bowel movements. Monday morning, it was fine. Went to work, everything was fine, kept up the same routine. And then around lunchtime, I noticed that my stomach kind of started to feel, because I felt like not hungry at all the whole time. But I felt like kind of full in a weird way, but also like, I don't know how to describe it. I just felt like kind of a little bit of a weird feeling around lunchtime. So I had my first bout of diarrhea. It wasn't bad, but it was just a one-time thing. And after that, it was fine. So I went back to normal. The rest of my bowel movements were fine. So it was only one time that I had an issue with digestion. And I did end up taking my IBS medication after that because I was at work, and obviously I can't be dealing with that at work. So that is the first time in this entire year that I've been on ketones that I've had to take my medication. So I'm very happy. I can't complain. I don't know if it would have continued or not, but I wasn't going to take those chances because I'm on a very tight schedule at work and I don't have time, you know, to be worrying about that stuff. So anyways, Tuesday night I come home, and I'm making dinner for Devin and stuff like throughout this process, and I'm still like, I'm smelling food, I'm seeing food, but I'm still not wanting it. Like I literally felt like I could have gone the rest of my life and not ate and I would have been fine. Like I didn't think about it. Like throughout the day I would feel like I'm forgetting something just because it's like just something routine that you do, you routinely eat. But other than that, yeah, it was great. So I still felt really good the next day, didn't have any problems, went to bed that night. Wednesday morning, I wake up at like 5:15 in the morning and I felt like nauseous. So I get up, I could not go back to bed. I was just like wide awake. 5 in the morning, I was done, I was awake. I felt really nauseous. I felt like I was like wanting to throw up, but I couldn't. So I was like gagging a couple times and I could not. Like I couldn't like lay down because the feeling would get worse. So I ended up going out to the couch and I was like sitting up on the couch and ended up falling back asleep for a little bit. But I never actually threw up. So after that, I woke up in the morning and I was super nervous because my fast was up and honestly I didn't want to eat because I wasn't sure like how it was going to go. I've never like gone 60 hours without eating in my entire life. I mean, typically I don't eat a ton in general, but I've never gone 60 hours. So the first thing that I had per our keto coach's advice is to have eggs. So I had eggs and it was so weird. Just like smelling the food that I was eating was super weird. Tasting it was really weird. It was really, really hard to eat. I had like little tiny bites. I made 2 eggs, scrambled eggs, put a tiny bit of cheese in them, and literally a bunch of Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan salt. I think I maybe ate like a third of the bowl and I couldn't eat the rest. And that was over like a period of a half an hour. Like that's how hard it was for me to eat again. So after that, I took like, I don't know, maybe an hour break and I was just like, you know, I'm not gonna force it. I'm just gonna listen to myself. If I'm not ready to eat, I'm just gonna wait. So after that, I had one of our oatmeal peanut butter cookies that we had and I had little tiny bites of that and then I was fine. So I think it was just getting past that initial first meal. But then I ate the rest of the day and I was fine. I still have not felt hungry at all. It is now Thursday at 1 in the afternoon and I still haven't felt hungry. So, but I did read that that is a pretty normal thing to feel. I know that while being in ketosis for so long over the past almost year, you don't require as much food as you would, or sleep as you would when you're like glucose adapted instead of fat adapted. So for me, the biggest thing that I follow and the biggest thing that a lot of people in the keto community follow is listen to your body. So many people are on this like little schedule of, okay, well it's noon so we gotta eat lunch. Oh, it's 6 o'clock so we gotta eat dinner. Like even if you're not hungry, that's just what you're supposed to do, so that's what people do. And then if they put a lot of food on their plate, you eat until your plate is, you know, clean. So what I do, what I follow personally is I eat when I'm hungry, I eat what I crave, and when I start to feel full, I stop. It doesn't matter if I still have 3 bites left, I just say the 3 bites. I don't force the last 3 bites in. I literally just listen to whatever my body tells me. So typically I don't crave a lot of junk, so I don't eat a lot of junk. I crave a lot of proteins and meats, a lot of fats. That's what I typically eat. So it's a lot of just controlling what you put into your body instead of just following what we're like told to do because that's what time of day it is and that's what you should be doing. So I personally really enjoyed the experience. I'm very, very shocked at how easy it was and how pleasant it was. I felt really, really good. So like I said, I've been keto adapted for a really long time, but I just feel like this really kicked it up a notch and I felt even better. Another thing I noticed too is that not only did a lot of my inflammation go down, so I took before and after pictures, which I will include. I lost 5 pounds, I lost, I think, 1% body fat. I'll put everything on the screen so that you guys can see exactly what my results were. But I was really amazed at how much like my back didn't hurt, my back didn't feel sore for those 16 hours because during my job I have a lot of back pain, but during the reboot I felt really good and I basically had 0 pain. So that was kind of cool. So I would definitely recommend it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was totally worth it and I felt really, really good. So if you guys are interested in doing the next reboot, it is June 10th. It is currently not available until it gets closer to the next reboot. So I will have a waiting list. If you guys would like to get on it, you can just drop your email below and then I can message you as soon as it comes out so that you can order your kit, because they're only available for a few days before we start because people have to order them within time so that they can actually arrive to you so you can start with everyone. So in the group, aside from the certified Keto ReBOOT coaches, there's also doctors there. So if you have any questions, I mean, there's people there that are very knowledgeable to answer them for you. So don't ever feel like you're alone. It is a very, very nice community just to have someone to be accountable with, and constant live videos checking in with you guys and making sure that everything is going okay. And if you're having any symptoms, there's a whole document of it's kind of a neat science. So it tells you exactly what's going on in your body, which is the reason why you're feeling certain symptoms, and what to do about it. So everyone's super knowledgeable. It's a lot of fun. If you guys want to do it with me, you're more than welcome to. Like I said, just leave your email below and then I can reach out to you whenever it's available again. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!